What's up, fish tank people? Got a little update. Figured I'd do something. Just notice there's a lot more movement in here. Almost doubled the amount of Nidons in here today. Caught them on sale at Petco. So I picked up another 20 of them. So now there is 45 neon tetras in this 75-gallon tank, along with obviously the male dragon scale placket beta, and I think it's 13 peacock black bar endlers. I think 5 of which are female, or 5 are male, 1 or 2. Yeah, I gave the tank a good hardcore trimming and cleaning today. The fish have done a great job at eating most of the hair algae that I was having a problem with. It's just sparse little stuff that was up in the moss here that had to get trimmed off so it didn't just keep going. There's a bunch coming up off the hair grass that I had to comb out, which I used. This is number 5 crafting mesh. I just cut a few pieces so it was long like that. I just bent it in half and used a zip tie real quick so I could actually hold on to it underwater. And I just went through and literally combed out the hair grass. I got a lot of dead material out of there and all the hair algae that I was having a problem with up out of there. So as you can see, it's pretty well cleaned out now, except for the little spot there. That is actually after I got done the water change and everything. That just ended up settling there. I'll grab my tweezers and pluck that out. Those are Crypt 20 green. There. I just sort of randomly spew about. I think there's one back there too. And a Wenti bronze that I had pulled out of the 100-gallon. They're making a nice comeback. Everything else it's coming along. The dwarf 4-leaf clover here is just sort of stopped for now. It's getting a little taller, but hasn't ran the runners out as much as it used to. The Glosso is finally making some nice long runners. I've had to, unfortunately, pluck a lot of it out. That was just bombarded with hair algae. So, like, there was a nice little carpet right here, which mostly got tore out today because the hair algae was so intertwined. But I'm thinking that strip there should fill it up pretty quick. There was a bunch over here that ended up getting pulled out today. The moss wall, camera has a hard time picking it up, especially up in there. You can see it's starting to grow in pretty well. It's about anywhere from about 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches this side of the mesh now. I'm not sure if maybe, yeah, you can't really tell. But that's doing pretty well. The Anubias hostifolia, I've seen one new leaf on that. But it really hasn't done a whole lot. The coffee folia isn't really doing a whole lot, but the Anubias, they're slow growing species. It's what they do. I had to trim the moss on here pretty heavy, so that's tidied up and nice and clean, tight cut right now. In the last video I said I couldn't get whatever was in this corner to grow. That was Amania gracilis. It's a relatively hardish plant to grow, so unless you got great water parameters for it, it just sort of melts off and dies, which it did for me because my water's just sort of blah right now. Working on getting a whole house filter as I am on well water, but I have a lot of iron and a lot of copper in my water. So I've been, I picked up today, new thing of tap water conditioner, super strength. This one bottle will treat almost 10,000 gallons of water compared to it's like a Seachem Prime where a bottle this size will treat 500 gallons of water. So that should last me quite a while. But it does get out, or detoxifies, I should say, heavy metals like iron and copper. So that should help with the plant growth. But I figured I'd give you guys just a quick little update, show off all the neons. As you can see, they're just everywhere. So yeah, there's a little update there.